Hey there, I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd, and it is 85 degrees inside my house right now, so I figured we should do something that talks about chili peppers because it's hot. Anyway, today I want to share with you how to make your own cayenne chili powder from start to finish. First of all, these are not cayenne chili peppers, but they are called chili pie. You can do this technique with any chili pepper, it's going to be fine, but this is my cayenne pepper plant back here. Right now it has green peppers on it. I have already harvested off the red chilies, and I'm going to show you my step-by-step process. Let's go. Okay, first of all, you're going to need to grow cayenne peppers. There are a number of varieties available out there. This one is Cayenne Slim, but there's also Red Rocket, Red Long, Carnivale, which is a multicolored variety pack. You may not get the powder color you're hoping for if you grow that, but could be fun, maybe interesting. There's also Ring of Fire and a bunch of others. So these you will grow. You start seeds for these in late winter, early spring, plant them out in spring, and then you'll be harvesting right about now in summer, and then you need to dry them. So I have my chili peppers here that I have already dried, and don't touch your eyes, by the way. Don't touch your eyes. Yeah, okay. So you can dehydrate any number of ways. You can do the old-fashioned way by stringing them up into a braid and just hanging them somewhere in a cool, dark, dry location for weeks to months. Or if you have a dehydrator, you can dehydrate it for anywhere between 6 to 10 hours at 120 to 135 degrees, depending on what you want to do. Or you can use a solar food dryer like I built for me and my garden, where you can see I put my peppers out in the sun and bring them in when they're finished. When they're done, they need to be crispy and crunchy, and the pieces are falling apart right in front of me. That's ideal. No moisture left, because you don't want your powder to go moldy after a while. It's a little weird. Next, you're going to need a food grinder, usually like a spice grinder or a coffee mill. This is important to have a clean tool to use. So if you use only coffee in your mill, you either want to maybe get a different one or clean it out really well before using this. It's pretty straightforward after this point. You're going to take your peppers. There's a bunch of coffee grounds in here. No, I cleaned it out, I swear. You may want to take the stems off before you do that. Right, so just break off those stems and set those aside. Seeds should go in if you want it to be really spicy. And then there are a couple other tools you might need. A jar to put it in, which I have this. A brush to get it all out of your coffee grinder. And I like to use a funnel so I don't lose any of it. That's about it. Let's get to it. This is going to be loud. Unplug your spice grinder and then flip it over. And wait a minute before opening this up, because there's going to be a lot of vapor from this powder that's going to release into the air. I'm doing this outside, so I hope I'm a little bit safe. And what you have is, ta-da! I suppose I could mill this a little bit more, but it's I like the unevenness of it. So you're going to take your brush and start getting everything out and into your container. Next, prepare your jar. I'm going to use my funnel, except that it's not very sturdy, but you get the idea. Look at this, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. And then you're going to take this and dump it into there. And I'm going to clean this out the same way I cleaned out my spice grinder and get the outside, all the little bits. I do this, just rattle it in there, and voila! Doo, doo, doo. Yes, my jar is bigger. I will have more peppers though as this season goes on. I will have a whole other set of this, so this will be twice as high by the time I'm done with it. So that's how you go from this to this in just one season. You know, there are other ways to preserve peppers, of course, and I have another video that shows you how to harvest and store your peppers, any kind, if you don't want to go through the process of dehydrating and powdering them. If you like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to find out when our next video comes online. You'll find tons of information about how to grow your own food and what to do with it afterwards, including instructions for how to build your own solar food dryer in Gardening for Geeks. And of course, there's other stuff in Grow Your Own Mini Fruit Garden over there, and in my new novel, Garden Varieties. So check that out. It's a great summer read. Happy gardening.